When my mom texted, "Don't call or come over. We're done," I sat frozen, staring at my phone. My heart dropped, and for a few seconds, I couldn't breathe. I thought I had just lost my family forever. But I was wrong. That text didn't end my story, it started the best chapter of my life. If you've ever been betrayed by the people you trusted most, then this story is for you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay till the end, because sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's the loudest revenge. My name is Susan Hayes. I grew up believing that family was everything. My parents owned a small restaurant, not fancy, but it was our life. My dad handled the kitchen, my mom managed the bills, and I did everything else. From cleaning tables after college to handling suppliers, I gave my time, my youth, and my savings to keep that place alive. My brother Mark, on the other hand, was the favorite child. He never worked a single honest day. He had big dreams but zero discipline. When he racked up thousands of dollars in debt, guess who bailed him out? Me. When the restaurant struggled during tough times, who poured her entire savings to keep it open? Again, me. And when Mom called me at 2 a.m. crying because the electricity was about to be cut, who transferred the money immediately? You guessed it, me. But you know what hurt the most? It wasn't the money. It was realizing that no matter what I did, it was never enough. It started small. My mom stopped thanking me. My brother began talking down to me, calling me bossy for asking him to help. My dad quietly watched, pretending nothing was wrong. Then one day, I found out something that broke me. Mark had borrowed $20,000 from the restaurant account, the same account I had filled with my savings. And when I asked my mom about it, she didn't even look sorry. She said, "He's your brother, Susan. He needed it." I couldn't believe it. Years of sacrifice, and this was my reward, silence and betrayal. I tried to talk to them again, calmly, but my mom exploded. She screamed that I was selfish. She said I was using my help to control them. I still remember her words. "Don't call or come over. We're done." That text came a day later. Just 12 words, but it felt like 12 knives straight into my heart. For weeks, I cried myself to sleep. I kept checking my phone, hoping for an apology, but there was nothing. My whole identity was built around helping my family. Without them, who was I? But then something shifted. One night, while staring at my old receipts and bank statements, I realized something. I wasn't the problem. They were. They had drained me emotionally, financially, spiritually, and I had allowed it. That realization hit hard. So, instead of texting back, I decided to go silent. Completely. I blocked their numbers. I stopped visiting the restaurant. And for the first time in years, I focused on myself. It wasn't easy. The silence felt heavy, like carrying a weight on my chest. But slowly, that silence turned peaceful. I started sleeping better. I joined a new company, made real friends, and even took a solo vacation. Every day, I became a little stronger. And that, my friends, was the beginning of my revenge, quiet, calm, and unstoppable. 6 months later, I got a call from a local business owner who wanted to buy my parents' restaurant property. Apparently, the business was collapsing, unpaid bills, angry suppliers, and a terrible reputation. I smiled sadly. I had seen it coming. Without me, they couldn't handle the pressure. But here's where it gets interesting. The property was in my name. When I had invested my savings years ago, I had made sure to legally register it under my ownership for tax reasons. They had forgotten that detail. I hadn't. So when the businessman offered to buy it, I agreed. I didn't even need to consult them, it was legally mine. When my mom finally called, the first time in almost a year, she was furious. "You can't do this, Susan," she shouted. I took a deep breath and said quietly, "Mom, remember your text? You said we were done." "I'm just keeping my promise." Silence. For once, she had nothing to say. I sold the restaurant, used the money to start my own small bakery, and named it Freedom's Oven. Every morning when I opened the doors, I felt light. No guilt. No debt. No drama. My silence had spoken louder than any argument could. Months later, I heard through a neighbor that Mark moved away and my parents were living quietly, regretting what happened. I didn't celebrate their pain, but I didn't pity them either. Because sometimes, losing people is how you find yourself. Revenge doesn't always come with shouting or fighting. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is walking away, and watching those who underestimated you face the world without your help. That's what I did. And I've never looked back.